What is up, YouTube? Today we are driving a Audi S5 2010. It's a beautiful coupe. This particular car is a stick shift manual. This is a 6-speed, and this thing has a 4.2 liter V8 engine. Makes around 350 horsepower. I'm going to show you the engine here. This is a very fun, sporty, fun to drive sporty coupe. I'm going to show you guys the engine. I'm not a big Audi fan because everything is always extremely cramped and it's very hard to get to anything, even basic maintenance. You pretty much have to remove the front end to service anything on these. As you guys can see, even to get to the belt, the front end pretty much has to come off. It's not very hard to take the front end off, but you do have to do a lot more work to replace anything on this car. So yeah, around 350 horsepower, paired up with a 6-speed. Let's take this thing for a spin. Nice 19-inch wheels. These S5s come with slightly larger brakes. These actually stop really well. Got a nice glass sunroof up here. S-line on the door sills. Let's get in here. We got 127,000 miles on the dash here. Since it's manual, we're gonna have to push the clutch in. This is the first manual car on the channel. Huge shout out to my friend John for giving me the keys to this thing. Okay, you gotta press the brake pedal. This is the parking brake. We have our window switches, automatic lights. You have your speed right there, different modes. You can do phone, radio. Pretty basic in here, but you get everything you need. Decent sized cup holders. You get a nice armrest here. Car charger port there, one here, ashtray. You get a radio there. Let's actually turn off the AC so it's quiet. So you got your seat memory settings, your trunk button, your window switches, your engine start and stop. You got a nav here. I don't really know how to operate the Audi infotainment here, but okay. Oh wow, so you could do like oil level, you could do TPMS, central locking. So you do have some features here. Do media, so that's your music, your phone. Oh, this is the volume knob right here. Oh, okay, that's how you do it. You press it with these corner buttons right here to select the corners. Okay, the Audi system is a little bit different. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Very small back seat here, not a whole lot of room. Very nice suede material here, and you get these sports seats with the adjustable. These things slide out here too, so you could they hold your knees really well. You got your turn signals, your wipers, the you know, the basic things you would need. Cool guys, let's take this car for a drive and let me show you where this thing shines. Very fun to drive with the stick shift. I haven't driven a stick shift car in quite a minute, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. Let me actually put my seatbelt on so it doesn't beep the whole time. Make it super annoying. Man, stick shift cars are just so much fun. You're very engaged with the car the whole time you're driving it. This thing revs up really nicely, very smooth power band. It's a quattro, so this is all-wheel drive. Nice big V8 motor, so it's got plenty of torque. This could use a little bit of forced induction or like a turbo, a supercharger. That would definitely make this thing a little more fun to drive. Plenty enough power to get around and have some fun in. It is not the fastest car in the world, but it's got enough juice to get you going and get up there and have a little bit of fun. Very classy, nice interior. A lot of suede. You got suede right here on the side of the door cards, on the seats. Everything's nice and leather. I don't know these roads that well, so forgive me. But this is like a nice open area right here. It's downshift. This thing sticks to corners really nicely. And this car has really good brakes. Stops on the dot. I'm just not an Audi guy, mainly because these require a lot of maintenance to keep this thing running smoothly. I will say, this car kind of turns you into a dick. I don't know why this car gives you that feeling, but you just want to drive like a dick every time you hop behind the wheel of one of these. Maybe it's because it's stick shift. I think that's what just does it for you. This thing takes corners extremely well, sticks to the ground really well. The S-Line Audi is just a fun, performance-oriented coupe, pretty much, with enough comfort to make this a daily driver. I could see myself dailying something like this. I'm just more of a Mercedes guy. I like the interiors on Mercedes a little bit better. But this is a more driver-oriented car. Mercedes doesn't really make stick shift cars in the modern era, really. It's a very fun car. Speakers sound great. These Quattros do have a lot of issues with the transfer cases, drive shaft, axles, things of that nature, as any all-wheel drive car would. I know my friend John did a lot of replacements on this car. Pretty much everything was replaced. Whatever you name, he had to replace it on this because it was bad. So these things, like after 100,000 miles, pretty much need to catch up on maintenance, do a lot of maintenance. Still getting used to this clutch. This is the first stick shift car I've driven in a very long time. I owned a couple stick shift cars, but I have not owned one recently, within the last few years, I would want to say. Stick shift cars are very engaging, very fun to drive. Not sure what's making all that weird noise. Maybe pop the sunroof on this. I know on these things these sliders like to break. I recently helped my friend replace this, actually. And with this kind of car, you need one of these. You definitely need a radar. You should not be driving one of these without a radar on hand. We definitely have to close that. That makes way too much noise with the sunroof creased open. So far, I'm enjoying this experience, the drive of this vehicle. I would not see myself buying an Audi personally, but I am tempted by this one. This is a cool one. It's very zippy, very fun. Gear shifts are a little bit slow, but that's primarily because this is not my car. I'm just getting used to driving this thing. Slowly getting the hang of it, better and better, better rev matches, better, you know, shifts, but you have to drive a car for a few days before you fully learn how responsive the throttle is, the clutch biting point. It takes a little bit of driving to figure those kind of things out. This thing takes turns extremely well. Wow. Let me put this backpack back here because this thing just keeps sliding around. I'm gonna take a left here. I'm gonna turn around to actually go deeper in there. I like this part of town. It's very empty. Not a lot of cars today on the weekend here. Let me see how you turn the traction out. ESP right there. There we go. Let's turn the traction off. Very spirited driving here. I think the tires are a little overinflated, but hold on. Let me fix that right there. This is it's not supposed to be here. A lot of stuff just flying all around this car. That's why I don't like driving people's cars, because usually very messy. This is a very fun car. Very fun car. Usually just with all-wheel drive cars, you don't really want to be beating on them too much, but this is a performance-oriented car, so you could definitely have some fun in it. I'm not sure what that noise is. I don't know if the sunroof isn't sealing correctly. I think that's what it might be. Maybe a seal on the sunroof somewhere, not sitting and just not sealing right. I think that's what it could be. This thing's got a nice 6-speed transmission, so it's super good on the highway. Nice for cruising. I'm not sure about the gas mileage, but you don't really buy an S5 for gas miles. Yeah, no, driving stick shift, that's I think the main like selling point of this car here. Just so much fun, different kind of fun than an automatic for 100%. Yeah, these things run relatively quiet. Could use a little bit of an exhaust just so you can hear the tone of it a little bit better. You got a 200 mile/hour speedometer. You got your temperature gauge right there. You got your fuel gauge. You got your climate controls. Handles great. It gets going relatively quick. I think 0 to 60 on this is somewhere around 5 seconds. I like this. I like the fact that it's stick shift. I think that's like what makes this whole car so much fun. I'm definitely gonna have to buy a manual vehicle. It's night and day comparison of how much fun you can actually have in these things. Just could use a little bit of power. I'm used to like 500-600 horsepower AMGs. They literally like gut punch you when you floor them, as you know, supercharged or bi-turbo. This thing's missing forced induction. Like when you keep driving cars with forced induction, NA motors, just, you don't have that same kind of power and punch. All in all, you know, this is the first manual Audi I've driven. I've driven like an A8. I haven't driven very many Audis. I've driven a Q5. But this is starting to grow on me. If it wasn't for the maintenance on Audis and how much stuff these things needed replaced on them, I would be a much bigger fan. But that is it for this drive. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this test drive. This is a fantastic coupe. Very fun car. If you get one in a stick shift version, you can't go wrong. Just be prepared for a lot of maintenance on these. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this one, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.